Hey, how's it going? Today you and I are going to be using a Typhur Sync Oven to make some really great low sugar banana bread. Never made banana bread before? Well, today you're going to find out exactly how unbelievably easy it is. So you ready? Let's get into this. Okay, for this recipe we need ripe bananas, all-purpose flour, some melted butter, a large egg, some salt, baking soda, a little bit of vanilla extract, and I'm using xylitol. If you want to use regular sugar instead, that's fine. The measurements would be the same. Also, the reason I'm using xylitol instead of some of the other non-sugar sweeteners is that this one happens to work really well for baking. If you'd like to make this recipe, all the ingredients and measurements are down in the description of the video, along with the calorie count, the protein, the carbs, and the fat. Before we get to mixing our ingredients, we're going to want to preheat our oven. So we're going to turn this on, we're going to want the oven on bake, and we're going to want to have the preheat turned on. We want the temperature to be at 365 and it's already there. And for the time, I'm going to set this to 40 minutes. Now, depending on your climate and your oven and a bunch of other things, you may not need the full 40 minutes. So around the 25 to 30 minute mark, you're going to want to start checking your bread to make sure you're not overcooking it. To check the bread, you're going to take a toothpick like this and you're just going to stick it down in the bread in a couple of different spots. If this comes out wet or gooey from dough or something like that, then we know that your bread is not done. If it comes out nice and dry, then it is. Also, if the top is turning really dark and you're afraid it's going to burn, but the inside is still gooey, then you can just tent a little bit of aluminum foil over the top and continue baking. That way you can protect the top of it a little bit while still getting the inside to cook. Capiche? Alright, for our first step we need a mixing bowl and we're going to mash our bananas. What we're trying to do is sort of turn these into a puree. You can do this in a blender if you want, or you can just do what I'm doing right here and sticking these into a bowl and mashing them up really good. The bananas that we're using for this should be really ripe bananas, meaning you don't want green bananas coming out of the grocery store or anything. You want them to have been sitting for a couple of days at your house because you want them to start getting really soft. If you're dealing with underripe bananas, then it's going to make this really difficult and they're not going to mash properly. So if they're starting to get a little discolored like that, that's actually perfect. That's how we want them to be. What? Now we have the option of using a fork or a potato masher to squish these down really good. Okay, once you have them into kind of a puree like this, we'll be ready for our next step. And that would be to mix in our melted butter. But we're going to do something else with this butter first. We're going to take a bread pan and we're going to use a little bit of this butter to coat the inside of our bread pan. Be real sure you do this. This is one of those things that I forget to do from time to time. And if you don't coat your bread pan, your bread's going to stick to it and you're going to be kind of pissed off actually whenever you finish your bread, because it ain't going to come out of here. Or there'll be big parts of it just sticking to the sides of the pan, and we don't want that either. You don't need to put too much on here, just make sure you got a nice little coating on here everywhere. And the reason I'm just using my existing melted butter here is so we don't have to portion it different in the recipe. Okay, once we got that pan coated, we'll move that out of the way. Get this back here. Don't need that fork anymore. And we're going to stir this butter into our mix. Now we're going to stir in our salt and our baking soda. Make sure I get all that in there. And once those are combined and we don't see any bits of anything in there, we can add in our xylitol or sugar, whatever you're using, our vanilla extract, and our large egg. We're going to want to beat this first though. Okay, mix that in. And once we have all of these ingredients mixed and combined really well, we will start mixing in the flour a little bit at a time. Don't just dump the whole thing in at once. You can get it clumpy that way if you do. And try not to make a mess like I am right here. Okay, once that is all combined, it should look a little something like this. And then we can pour this into our buttered pan. See if I can do this so you can see it. Try to get that in there evenly. Try not to just dump it onto the sides of the pan or anything else like I was just about to do. And now it should look a little something like this. Okay, preheat's done, so we'll open this up and we're gonna stick our bake tray in here on level 2. If you're in a regular oven, it's gonna be kind of someplace around the middle rack, and we'll close this up. Now all we gotta do is wait. Hey, by the way, if this is your first time here and you want to learn some cool new recipes, get some great cooking tips and tricks and all sorts of other kitchen related things, then start now by subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell so you never miss a thing. Alright, it's been about 25 minutes. Let's take a look at our bread. Well, it looks pretty nice. Let's see how our toothpick comes out. See, you can see it's still a little bit wet. We're gonna give this a few more minutes. Okay, we waited a few more minutes. Let's take a look at this one more time. Let's see, some crumbs on there. And that is looking pretty good. All right, I think we're done. All right, let's get this out of the pan. It's a good idea to get your bread out of the pan after you get done baking. Otherwise, the trapped steam and stuff is gonna make your bread soggy, and we don't want that. I was gonna use this, but it is not gonna get in between there very good. So we're gonna use a knife just to make sure it's loosened up. Just be careful not to mess your pan up doing this. Okay. Nice. Okay, we're gonna let this cool down for a little bit, and then we're gonna slice and plate it. Okay, I let this bread cool down on my rack here for about an hour or so. It's pretty cool to the touch, so I should be able to slice it now. You can see that this hasn't risen a whole lot. Remember, if you're making bread that doesn't have any sugar in it, there's a lot less energy to help it rise. You can still make bread without sugar that rises up, but it takes a little bit more patience and you have to proof it for longer. In this case, we don't proof our banana bread, so for me anyway, this is about how big it's gonna be. It also means this is gonna be a little bit more dense also. All right, what do you say? We slice this up and plate it. See what I mean? That was really easy and the results are so delicious. The best part is since we skipped that granulated sugar, there's a heck of a lot less carbs and calories in this, and you really can't tell the difference at all in the flavor. If you'd like a little bit more information about the Typhur Sync Oven that I use to make this recipe, I do have an Amazon affiliate link for it down in the description of the video. If you buy anything through those links, I do make a small commission, but it doesn't change the price that you pay, 1 cent. Hey, Joe's Phenomenal now has channel memberships. For most people, you can see a join button down below the video window that you can click and see what type of perks I'm offering. If you're using an iOS device, you might not be able to see it, and if that's the case, I do have a link down in the description of the video as well. If you like this video but you're not really into banana bread, you might want to check out this playlist right here. In there, you'll be able to see everything that I've ever cooked on this channel in an oven. I bet you'll be able to find something in there that you'll really want to make. Well, that's it for now. I hope to see you back again here really soon, and until that time, I'm Joe, and I hope you have a phenomenal day. Take it easy.